I'm calling this meeting to order. This is a Redmond City Council special meeting held on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025, commencing at 5:30 p.m. Council members in attendance are Council President Kritzer, Council Vice President Forsyth, Council members Anderson, Fields, Nueva Camina, Salhuddin, and Stewart. This meeting is being held for the 2023 Financial Audit Entrance Conference. We are joined by representatives from the State Auditor's Office, and Kelly Cochran, Finance Director, will introduce this item.
Thank you, Mayor. So tonight we are here to kick off the audit for the 2023 financial statements. We are hoping to finish this up within 2 to 3 months, be back here for an exit conference, and then begin the process for the 2024 financial audit following that. I have with me tonight Nita Hermoso. She is our accounting manager. And representatives from the State Auditor's Office are online to go through their presentation with us. So I will go ahead and hand this over to Haji Adams.
All right, thank you. All right. So good evening. So we're here to present the entrance conference today, and this is where we'll share the scope of the financial federal grant compliance and accountability audits that we'll be conducting of the city. So my name is Haji Adams. I'm the audit manager, and I'm with Angela Funimori, who's the audit lead, and then also Priscilla Wong, who is the supervisor on the audit as well. And then the presentation today is going to be a summary of the audit scope. All right. So the Washington State Auditor's Office, we're tasked with being the auditor of all public funds, so responsible for auditing all state and local governments. We conduct over 2,700 audits each year. So on the slide, you'll see the different types of audits that we conduct with accountability, financial, and federal audits representing those that we conduct the most. We plan to conduct accountability audit, financial statement audit, and federal grant compliance audit. So the purpose of the accountability audits to determine whether the city's complied with state laws, contracts, agreements, your own policies and procedures. And then we'll also look at whether the city has adequate procedures in place to ensure public funds are properly safeguarded. And then that second one that you see there, the purpose of the financial statement audits to issue an opinion on whether the financial statements are free from material error and are fairly presented. Financial statement audits important to users. They review your financial statements. It lets them know whether they can place reliance on the information that's presented in them. And we'll also look at whether the city has adequate internal controls in place or procedures in place to ensure that the financial statements are prepared accurately, correctly, and that there are processes in place as well to detect errors prior to them being submitted to us for audit. And then last but not least, you'll see the federal grant compliance audit. So that audit's required anytime the city expends over $750,000 or more in federal funds. So we'll review the funding that the city received and expended, then we'll select individual grants for review and determine whether the city's complied with those requirements of the federal funding. And then at the end of the audit, we will issue an opinion on the city's compliance as well, and then share those results with the federal government. So with that, I'll hand it over to Angela to go over the scope.
Thank you, Haji. As Haji mentioned, we will be conducting an accountability audit that covers January 1st, 2022 through December 31st of 2023. So for this audit, we will be utilizing a risk-based audit approach in selecting areas for further review. And as part of this process, we will be completing a number of audit planning steps that include things like conducting risk assessment with key members of the city, reviewing minutes of the governing body, conducting analytical procedures, reviewing prior audit results, and assessing areas of common risks that we see across cities across the state. So upon completing our planning procedures, we will select the accountability areas to test and notify the city regarding our selections. Also mentioned is the financial statement audit, in which we'll be covering the period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st of 2023. The objective of the financial statement audit is to issue an opinion as to whether the financial statements presented for audit are fairly stated and materially correct. Our audits are conducted in accordance with government auditing standards, And those standards require that we review the city's internal controls or process that it goes through to prepare the financial statements. Should we become aware of any issues with your process that could or did allow misstatements to occur, or identify instances of noncompliance that could impact the information presented in the statements, we are required to alert you of this during the audit. At the end of our engagement, we will issue a financial statement audit report to the city in accordance with GAAP. And this report will detail the opinion being issued, the results of the city's internal controls and compliance, along with a full set of audited financial statements. We also will be conducting a federal grant compliance or single audit for the period of January 1st, 2023 through December 31st of 23. This audit is required by federal law when a local government spends $750,000 or more annually in federal financial assistance. Our opinion will be issued in accordance with government auditing standards and the uniform guidance. And we will provide an opinion on the internal controls and compliance over the major federal programs. So throughout the course of the audit, we may find that recommendations are necessary to bring to your attention. And our office has 3 primary levels of audit recommendations that are used to convey the significance of the audit issues identified. First is findings, which findings formally address issues in an audit report. Findings report significant results of the audit, such as significant deficiencies and material weaknesses in internal controls, misappropriation, and material abuse or noncompliance with laws, regulations, or policies. Here you'll be given the opportunity to respond to a finding, and this response will be published in the audit report. Next is management letters, which management letters communicate control deficiencies, noncompliance, misappropriation, or abuse that are less significant than a finding, but still important enough to formally communicate to the governing body. Management letters are referenced, but they are not included in the audit report. And lastly, we have exit items, which constitute our lowest level of written recommendations. Exit items are very normal in the audit process and are considered as housekeeping items, as they often address best practices or minor noncompliance matters. And so at the end of our engagement, we will provide a full list of exit items to management for their consideration. And next, I will pass it on to Priscilla.
Thanks, Angela. So we would also like to take this opportunity to share a few reminders with you today about our audit. First, our office remains committed to protecting and the safe handling of your confidential data. We recognize that the audit may have a need to review information such as employee payroll records. And when this happens, please let us know immediately that the information contains sensitive information so that we can ensure that the data is adequately safeguarded throughout the audit process. We do have a number of mechanisms to assist with the safe handling of information, and our staff are continuously training to ensure this care is maintained. So if you have any questions on our protocols, please feel free to reach out. And second, we'll provide an estimate of audit costs through our engagement letter. The engagement letter is currently under review, but we'll provide that to the city once it's ready to share. Third, should there be any concerns during the audit process, please know that we have an established process for you to voice those concerns. We encourage that you start with your local audit manager, Haji Adams, first, but contacts for additional representatives have also been included in the audit entrance handout all the way up to our state auditor, should they be needed. Lastly, we always like to remind our governments about loss reporting requirements. Should you become aware of any known or suspected losses of public funds, state law requires that you immediately file a notification with our office. This process is easy to perform, and you can file a notification directly from our website should the need occur. Upon receipt of any notification, a team of specialists will review the notification and determine if any follow-up or investigation is needed. State and local governments may also be required to report cybersecurity issues, including security breaches and cyber fraud. Reporting is required to the Attorney General's office if a single security incident affects more than 500 Washington residents. Reporting to SAO may also be necessary if the event involves financial records or finances. The requirements to report is not dictated by the number of affected parties or whether you experienced a financial loss. State and local government employees should alert us to suspected fraud, and notifications can be made on our website, and a link has been provided in the entrance handout. And one question we receive often is who audits the state audit? Our office receives an external peer review once every 3 years by the National State Auditors Association to satisfy government auditing standards. A link can be found in the entrance handout where you can access the most recent peer review results. The last rating we received was a pass, which is the highest level of assurance that the review can provide. Beyond the regularly scheduled audit, our office also provides support services at no additional cost to you year-round. First, our local government support team is available to assist with annual financial reporting and accounting services to ensure our local governments are prepared to meeting their annual reporting requirements. They also offer several trainings around the state and virtually each year to keep you updated on the latest accounting and reporting topics. In addition, we have the Center for Government Innovations that provides free tools, resources, and services to local governments throughout Washington. This team of specialists is available by phone, online, or in person to offer assistance at no additional cost. In addition to the resource library, the Center for Government Innovation offers free services that can help your government solve problems and improve operations. That includes cyber checkups, lean services, team building and leadership workshop, and financial intelligence tool. If you have not already, we encourage you to learn more on how the Center of Government Innovation might be able to assist the city. And you can learn more about the center on SAO's website at www.sao.wa.gov, or you can email them at center@sao.wa.gov. I guess that's it for our presentation. Do you have any questions?
Thank you all so very much. Are there any questions from the council over any of this information? I do not see any questions. Director Cochran, when do we anticipate the next meeting?
Yeah, we're hoping to wrap up this audit within the next 2 to 3 months and be back for the exit conference. And then not too shortly after that, we will queue up the next entrance conference for 2024. We're really happy to be working with this audit team again. Feel fortunate to have built sort of a relationship with them and had to wait a little bit for their availability. So very happy that we've got them on board and we're getting going.
Thank you all very much. Thank you to our team out there in Olympia or wherever you are right now, and look forward to working with you and seeing you in a few months. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Look forward to working with you all as well.
And with that, this meeting is adjourned.
And you're clear.